Guys, strangest sales day I think I've seen in a long time. And I'm also going to give some of you folks that really don't like promoted listings maybe some ideas to try to help boost your sales. So let's talk about all that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And I really wasn't going to make a video. I'm making the video here on Saturday night and I'm releasing it on Sunday. But Saturday, I got to tell you guys, the sales on Saturday were just weird. It all started Friday. In fact, I would say before the live stream, I really didn't get anything. I wasn't really getting any opportunities to send offers to watchers. I wasn't getting offers. Wasn't making sales, and that continued throughout the night. And we did most of our sales sort of in the morning, so it wasn't a bad day. We had like a $460 sales day, which is okay. I'm not going to complain about that. And then we wake up on Saturday, and there's next to nothing. I think I had a couple questions. I think I had 2 offers to send out. And throughout the day, I kept checking in with my account every 30-45 minutes. I was actually working on listings anyway, so just checking my my home screen and sending I think an offer here, an offer there. But it was pretty sad, and I was just like kind of wondering, like, I haven't seen a Saturday like this in a while. The other account, the secondary account, had already made 60 something bucks, and we were sitting on goose eggs. So I'd say about 3 p.m. rolls around. I just got a sale. I mean, it was just a small sale, and I got, you know, like, wow, I got a sale finally, wow, you know. And I didn't panic the whole time, but I was like, okay, whatever. I had just finished listing about I'd say 8 or 9 items, and we were heading out to go do some shopping, and I just kind of said, well, it is what it is. And so we spend probably, I'd say, 3 hours out and about. We had dinner, we went shopping, and we came home, and I didn't hear anything on my phone, which is, I guess, doesn't really mean anything. Sometimes I have my phone on silent anyway. And checking my account, it shows that I have, on my notifications, I have like 8 notifications. So I go in, I look, one of those notifications is a message, and the other 7 are sales. So I'm looking at my activity. I ended up making like 600 at the time recording this video Saturday evening, 650 bucks. And I went I'd say a solid 27 hours without a sale. That's never happened, and my impressions were down and everything. So I don't know, guys. It's just weird. A lot of times you'll hear people talk about how, you know, sales are slow, servers are down, just all these weird things off the wall, just assumptions, right? Because eBay doesn't come out with no sign telling us, hey, by the way, your sales are slow today because our servers are down. You have to kind of guess. And I wasn't thinking along those lines, but after 27 hours without a sale, and my traffic being way down, I knew something was up. And then it's like a switch was flipped, and then, you know, 7 sales in about a 3.5 hour period. That don't ever happen. It's usually a steady thing, and just weird, guys. So want to know how your sales were. And on the way home, before knowing all this, you know, before knowing that I made a whole bunch of sales, I was just thinking in general, you know, I think that eBay is really starting to push the envelope when it comes to promoted listing rates, and they're really, I don't know, I think there's a lot of validity with people who are upset at eBay because they're money hungry, and they're just, you know, they're pushing the promoted listing recommended rates higher and higher and higher. And you know, many times we go to list something and the suggested rate is over 10, 11, 12%, which is, in my opinion, ridiculous. So I'm thinking about those folks who just aren't making sales but just won't cave in and play the promoted listings game. Well, what about something like this? What about maybe going with the no promotion? Okay, so bear with me here. The idea is you list an item at 0 promoted. You're not even using promoted in any way, shape, or form. After a week, if it hasn't sold, then you go in and promote it 2%. Give it another week. After that next week, bump it up to 3%. And you do this every week until you hit your max. For me, that's 10%. That's a lot of weeks, guys. That has to tell you a lot about the item you're trying to sell. If you can't sell that item within a 2.5 month period, depending on how far you go with the promoted rates, then yeah, I think it's a good indication that there's something wrong. And my thought is every week you should be looking at your items that are currently listed. And maybe, I don't know, when you list the item, put an asterisk. So let's say my day is Thursday when I do my end item sell similar. So an idea would be, okay, I do an end item sell similar. Every item that I still have up gains an asterisk. And that'll kind of tell you where that item is in the equation or how long it's been up. Now you could put a date, I guess. Maybe that's just another idea as well. Just put the listing date on there and be done with it. But every week you're checking in with all of your items. Now what I do is I go through all of my items and I go and do an end item sell similar. And you guys know this, I've talked about it many times. And while you're in there doing that, you can change your promoted rates for those listings. So maybe you're working on the items that you listed last week only. So you're only bulk editing or doing an end item sell similar for those that you listed last week. And you add an extra asterisk and you say, okay, these are going to be 3%. And then for the ones you listed 2 weeks prior, you're now editing those or doing an end item sell similar, and you're going in and you're now making those 4%. So that's kind of the idea, the premise behind it, where you're starting the first week at just organic. So if you have a good enough item, it will sell itself. You won't need a promoted listing. And if it's needing some assistance, then you start giving it the assistance on a weekly basis, and to the point where you've maxed out. Maybe it's 8%, maybe it's 10%, maybe it's only 3%. And you do that for every item, and maybe try that strategy for a solid month or two. I mean, what could it hurt, right? I mean, right now, a lot of you are dealing with slow to no sales, and sitting back just kind of complaining about it and not being proactive and trying to do something about it is probably the worst option that you can choose. So you know what, that's just me being creative. Of course, I'm not using that, guys. I'm making great sales. Of course, I'm not going to let a bad sales day, like if Saturday would have worked out to be a dud, I certainly wouldn't make drastic changes. I know it's been working for me. I know what has been, at least to this point, summer proof. And I'm going to keep grinding, keep churning my products out. And that's just working for me. So I don't need to go with a zero promotion strategy where I kind of add promotions as that item goes, sort of like a clearance aisle effect without, and you should be lowering your prices while you're doing this as well. So a combination of lowering the prices if you can. Maybe you're into the item for too much and you can't. And greedy is not a good mindset to be in at this point. When you're dealing with items that are just sitting in your store and not moving, it's time to move on from those things. So how can I cut bait, maybe make a few bucks, and at the same time get this thing sold and get the heck out of here? That should be your mindset, and then maybe buy better next time. I think once you get past the denial stage, and there's folks out there you're not, I think the first sign of this problem is denying that you have this problem, and that is thinking your stuff is just better than it is. And if you have stuff that's been sitting around way too long, maybe it's time to employ a strategy. Don't even use this strategy, find your own, but figure out what works best for you. And this is just me reaching out, just trying to be as helpful to my fellow resellers out there as possible. I want to see each and every one of you guys that watch this channel to succeed, and it's tough, guys. I know how it feels. Last year I was right there with you with the slow sales in July and August, and it wasn't fun at all. And I think if I could go back and have to deal with the same merchandise that I was trying to sell, I would be a little bit more open to try different things and to maybe be a little bit more aggressive with how I handle my currently listed stuff. Because you can list all you want, you can list every day, but you still have to manage the stuff that's in your store. You can't just say, okay, I've listed it, it's, you know, now it's up to eBay. You have to be a part of that equation. And I think the sellers that take more time to try to fix their current listings whether it's price, title, photos, whatever, or maybe in this case promoted listing rates, I think those sellers are going to be more successful in the long run than the sellers who just do a set it, list it, and forget it, and then just hope that it sells and you don't even see the item for months upon months. So that's my thoughts, guys. I want you to comment down below. Anyone out there maybe has a different type of strategy that you use to maybe move slower selling stuff. Do you have a no promotion strategy where you implement promoted rates based on how long the item's been sitting in the store? Want to know more about that down below, but it's definitely worth trying. I mean, even if a few people try it, let me know how it works out for you. Come back to this video or just send me an email. Let me know how it works, because you know what? I'm always looking to help people with new ideas. While I won't be employing this strategy anytime soon, I still will be looking at my older items, and I'm still working on getting those items sold. So hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Of course, subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so when we go live or when we come out with another video like this, you're going to be notified. You know, guys, figuring out how to move some of our stagnant items, overcoming the denial that maybe we didn't buy good in the first place, and that's probably why these items are still stuck in our store. It's yet another example of how flipping ain't easy, and I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon.